We go back to one of our leading stories. Please note the story contains graphic details. The case against the Limpopo farmer and his two co-accused has been postponed to next month. The trio appeared in the Mankweng Magistrates Court earlier today. Zakaria Olivier, Adrian Devet, and William Mosora face charges of murder, attempted murder, and defeating the ends of justice. They allegedly shot and killed Maria Makato and Lucian Javu before feeding their bodies to pigs. For more on this, I'm joined by Javu Baloyi, who's the spokesperson for the Commission for Gender Equality. Very good afternoon to you, Javu. Thanks very much for your time. Perhaps let's begin with your reaction to the accused being denied bail and remanded in custody.
Thank you, Vio, and greetings to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. As a Commission for Gender Equality, we're grateful that one of the things that we have been vociferously calling for is that those are perpetrating gender-based violence and femicide shouldn't be given bail willy-nilly. It should be, the cases should be remanded in court until for them the full conclusion of this. This is justice at its best, and we believe that Department of Justice and the NPA are self-correcting on the issues that we have been calling for, because time again, Vuyo, people of this nature, they're the ones that are giving the country a bad name. They are the ones that are doing the service, the work of the Commission, to say we are out there telling people to report cases of gender-based violence, to dissuade people from doing gender violence against women and children, and then they get bail. And it's an indictment to all involved. Hence, we are grateful today that the outcome has been given in this manner.
Beyond, the issue of bail, broadly speaking, what is the attitude that the Commission has adopted towards this particular case?
What we have adopted, we are saying, and we're not without fear of contradiction, we are saying the only justice that will be seen and not to be heard is that all these three should be found guilty. We're looking for a guilty verdict with a long sentence, and some of the issues that need to be done is the well-being of the family of the deceased. That throughout, which if the justice system it's care enough about those that have so that we send a strong message. There will be people who will be doing such thing, that the estate of such people should be looked at also in order to safeguard those that were hard done by the kids of Maria, the kids of Lucy, and others who suffered the consequences out of this outrageous and despicable conduct by the three accused. So it is time that when I do injustice to someone, I kill someone, people must be punished beyond the word punish. This issue of saying it's life sentence, 25 sentence, it's not helping us, because tomorrow they go to court. You saw what happened at Sun City. You saw what happened. They also get privileges. Then we must go back to this. We know the rights of people, but we must go back. What about the rights of the deceased? What about the rights of the survivors of the families? Yes, we are doing cameras today where it's fanfare and everything else. After the sentencing, we forget about this. Then it's time that these people should learn how to do things with impunity, and then punitive measures are taken against them and they're punished. Even if they close everything else and give it to the families, that is the call that the Commission can be happy with, so that people will know that our justice system is there for a reason.
Now, you were personally not at court today, but people from the Commission were part of that packed courtroom. What did they say to you about some of the conversations that are going on among the people who have been attending proceedings there?
What my colleagues are saying on the ground, which they briefed us accordingly, is the fear that should they give bail to accused number 3, he's going to escape the country. It's an illegal person in South Africa, from Zimbabwe. Number 2, they were concerned about the issue of the granting of access to the original statement by the accused number 2. Why should it be done? What is it that it needs to amend there? Because the statement was given voluntarily and with a free will. That's number 2 concern. Number 1 concern is that the reasons for also and why when they're applying bail, the reasons were not forwarded. Therefore, it gives us a very scary scenario whereby people asking for a bail, but they don't want to forward the reasons why. Because, you'll never know whether they're flat risk, whether they've got double passport or triple passport. Those are some of the fears that on the people on the ground. However, the greatest worry is what then happens to the family of the deceased, the kids. What happened in the interim? Is it going to be life as normal? Obviously, their lives have been shattered. So hence now the people, the colleagues and the minister have gone to the family. We're waiting the briefing from that family so that we know what to do going forward as a commission. And we're waiting for the arguments on the 2nd of October. What are the arguments? And we're grateful that NPA is going to oppose bail in this regard so that, this case should be prosecuted and then the finality be there. And that's what we're grateful from the NPA. And this is one thing we have been saying as a commission, that it is time that our justice system self-correct and deal decisively. The police must do what it has to do. The prosecutor must prosecute so that we create a better South Africa for all, where we should not supposed to be afraid of gender. The statistics are alarming high. We're not saying that they should be low. There should be no violence against anyone. And the barbaric manner in which, I'm sorry to use that word, in which these people have been fed to the pig, most people are still traumatized. Even one of my colleagues, when they called me, said, the story, the gory stories being given, it's such a manner that a counseling will be needed to some of these people. Those are some of the things that we should worry about as people. And what about the family? Do we give them counseling? What's the role of social development, what it is? As much as, we're speaking with Newzroom Afrika now, but we must also, in the back of our mind, be keeping on checking the family and monitoring the situation and bringing the relevant stakeholders and duty bearers to account and help the family out. It cannot be as business as usual after fanfare of cameras and we let the family to be by themselves.
I don't know if you have to apologize for calling these allegations barbaric, but that's another story. But the justice system will play one part in this whole saga. Social development you're calling for, that you're calling for to help the families, will also play another part. But there are the bigger sort of underlying issues. In fact, hunger led to these set of circumstances. Shouldn't have happened. These were people who were out there to get food for themselves. Food they couldn't, because they simply couldn't afford buying their own food. We hear reports that South Africa's population is facing hunger in 2025, and add to that the fact that you have more than 2/5 of South African households headed by women. And in the Northwest in particular, 54.2% unemployment rate, the highest in all the provinces, followed, of course, by the Eastern Cape. And certainly this is in terms of the expanded unemployment rate. And that is what we have to deal with, isn't it?
Yes, you're very much right, Vuyo. On the 15th of August, the Commission released a report looking at the rural provinces about the access of land, the issue of building capacity for women in rural areas, for them to be given a space, a land of some sort, for them to farm and produce something for their own, so that they can feed their families. And we have realized, most of us, you and I, we are coming from rural provinces. You might find that it's our mothers who had to till the land and toil and sell by the street and put something on top of their head to help us. The problem part is that we're not taking issues of hunger and poverty in the serious sense of the word. Most oftentimes, we're looking in urban areas, Western Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, in the CBDs, Gauteng. We're forgetting about Eastern Cape, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, and some part of Northern Cape, whereby these hunger issues, it's a reality.
Yeah.
It's where people have to, excuse me?